Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest known podcast in the world, the universe, and even the multiverse. It's the motherfucking Heel Hook Show with your boy Ash and my brother from another mother, Eddie Law. How you doing, sir?
Hey man, we're you know how good we are. We're so good. All your mothers subscribe to our channel, so eat a fat one. hey, bro. I started. You know what? I started today off. I went to Jiu-Jitsu this morning, so I feel fucking good. Y'all about to get a good fucking hype out, 100%, 100-mile-hour.
I'm so
Probably
hyped.
not, motherfucker. I'm ready to go. I don't even know what the hell we're talking about. I'm ready to go.
I'm just. Let's just address we'll just address this weekend first and foremost, because before we go any further, because a lot of people wanted to know in depth, and I didn't want to have to like copy and paste and talk to people, so we're just going to get this out of the way. We're not going to name names. We're not going to give this person any hype or anything like that. If you've seen on Twitter, you'll have known what me and Eddie are about to talk about briefly. Trust me, we ain't harping. So basically, there's been somebody who has been stalking our channel, stalking our shows with fake accounts, posting all kinds of sideward comments and stuff like that, dislikes and all that kind of stuff. Basically, being a bit of a creep, bit of a weirdo. But we left it. We were the bigger men. We just left them to their own devices. You know, if they want to give us views and tune into every episode, who are we to judge? But the thing is, though, is when they started getting on and on and on, we got bored, so we wanted to test the water. So we blocked one of the accounts. Now, when we blocked one of the accounts on YouTube that had been, hounding us, this has been going on for weeks, though, ladies and gentlemen. I noticed on Twitter a certain somebody who had blocked me, and that person is the person who owns these fake accounts. Instead of turning the same to us like they've got a problem with myself, which I don't even know why this person really has a problem with me. But if they have a problem with Eddie, why don't you say something? But we know why. And in a nutshell, it's because, if we're being honest, they're a little bit of a bitch. And at the end of the day, I just want to put it like this, right? It's all good and well when I exposed this guy for, being this pathetic stalkerish dude who's following and creeping and lurking and making fake accounts like some crazy ex-girlfriend. Ugh, ugh. I don't want to know what he does with those accounts. I don't want to know what he does with other accounts when he's not using them to stalk us. That's all I'm saying. But after that, this fucking creature, this cretin, this scally, decided to inbox me. That's cool. Finally grew a pair and decided to actually say something and confront me when, in all actuality, the problem has never been with me. It's my affiliation with Eddie, but he's too much of a bitch to go after Eddie because he doesn't live 10,000 miles away. Now, the fact is I don't mind somebody, people sending messages and DMing saying, they hate you, they're going to beat you, all that kind of other stuff. That's childish 16-year-old bullshit. Cool, whatever. Like, especially when you're 10,000 miles away, bro. Like, acting like you're the mob and you're going to send somebody, like, put a hit on me, or like you're going to put something. What are we talking about? Is this Robert De Niro? Is Al Pacino hiding in the background? What are we doing right now? Like, fucking honestly, like Joe Pesci's there jerking his gherkin. I don't have a clue. But the thing is, though, is that's all well and good. Now, the problem is, though, is when all of that's said and done, it's all passive. It's done. It's whatever. When I wake up to these messages and then I see one particular message where I'm not judge and jury, but I have a good moral compass to know a line. And for somebody to turn around and wish death upon an unborn child, the best thing is, though, is I haven't spoke to about this to Eddie in person, face to face. We spoke about it briefly in DMs, but like I didn't get mad, I didn't get angry, I didn't get emotionally invested in what he said. I was just like, this speaks volumes to the character of the person that this guy is. Now, in the MMA community, we all have as disagreements. We all have as different opinions. We all have different outlooks on way fights, companies, how people carry themselves in the octagon. They should all be. And that's based on opinions, and that's fine. Like Eddie's a massive Diaz brother fan. I don't judge him. He brings up Nick Diaz every podcast returning. I don't judge him.
Today will be no different, sir.
He talks about Nate choking out Conor. That's fine. And, I talk about Conor as one of the game-changing athletes in MMA, which we all go on about certain things. But the be-all, end-all of it is in this MMA community, is it's supposed to be about friendship and friendliness and competitiveness and supporting the fighters that we connect to and that we enjoy. It's not about trying to find people to be malicious and vulgar and grotesque towards and being personal towards. Like, there's a line. And if you're one of those people that thinks it's okay to wish death upon an unborn child, then you need to take a long look in the mirror. And I personally would love for you to go and explain how that's okay to your mum and dad. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, go and talk to your mum and dad. Say, yo, you know what I did today on social media? I told somebody that I wished that their unborn child would die. And see the look on your parents' face when you divulge those vulgar, venomous words from your ugly ass face. Yeah, you're gonna get judged. And this person got an array of backlash from various people that I've never met before. I've had no contact with. I don't even know who half of these people were. I was at work during the entire time all of this was going off. I came back to about 50, 60 notifications of people just displaying their disgust for this said person. Now, with that being said, this person is blocked me, so I don't know anything that this guy says. He talks like I blocked him. That's cool, whatever, whatever makes you sleep at night, bro. But he's also set his stuff to private now because obviously he doesn't want any more of the backlash that he's got for the divulging the words that he uttered. Now, with that same thing said, I look forward to whatever fake account that he makes next so that he can comment on this video. And I hope he enjoyed this segment. But as I said to somebody when I was speaking on Twitter, he can eat a big bowl of dicks with no moo and no motherfucking spoon. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of talking about what we love.
You gotta let me say one thing. You gotta let me say one thing, okay?
That's
because
cool.
This is the reason why I don't. You and I know this person, right? And I worked with this dude for a little bit, and off the top, he seemed like a really good guy, right? And then this shit happened. I mean, look, we parted ways. However it went down, whatever. I really didn't care. I remember all I said was, "Hey, I wish you the best. Good luck." That's all I said, right? Because I know how karma works, buddy. You throw anything out there that's fucked up and negative, especially some shit like he said on that DM, that's gonna come back twofold to you, dude, because you said that shit. Don't fucking do that to yourself. I'm not even trying to shit on you right now. I'm legit trying to let you know, like, dude, be careful what you throw out to the fucking universe, man. You throw out good shit, it will come back to you. You throw out bad shit, it will come back to you. And even worse than what you used to send out. That's how the fucking universe works, dude. All right, and I guarantee anyone that anyone who will sit down, look in the mirror, and think about that for 5 seconds knows that to be 100% fucking fact. All right, so just a word of advice: cut the shit. All right, be a decent fucking person and live your life, man. I lose no sleep over all the bullshit. You know what I mean? But that was a fucked up thing to say. It really was fucked up. But with that being said, that's your airtime. You get no more from us ever again. Like, ever. You know how many DMs I've got? You know how many DMs I got asking me about this whole thing? And literally, you know what my response was? I literally said this. This is my response on anyone that DM'd me. Joey Tremendous, I think, I saw him comment a second ago. All right. He can tell you because he asked me the same shit. All right. And all I said was, I have nothing to say about this guy. Zero. Nothing. Well, why? Because that's what I'm putting out into the universe with this dude. Nothing. Because I'm at peace with myself. All right. I got a good circle around me. All right. Jesse, Fred, my boy Ash, my friends, my family. I'm at peace. I ain't got no worries. Cool. Let's get into it, motherfuckers.
With that aside, yeah, the first thing, because me and you obviously spoke the other day when we were on Crossbones MMA, and we were talking about the UFC Gdansk, and I thought I'd say that for you because I know I see you struggle trying to pronounce that, sir, when you was trying to say.
On the post fight, yeah, I was like, "What the fuck? How do you?" Is there like no? Here's the thing, because I know I clearly all the time fuck shit up as far as how to pronounce things that are European, especially European, but anything other than Spanish and English, like I'm like fuck. Like, is there like a certain way to say it? Like, you can say J check a million different ways. Kovacevic was said like 30 different ways this weekend. Fucking Blachowicz who said a million different ways. Like, so I'm like, fuck it, I give up. Give me a Martinez, give me a Sanchez, give me a Smith or a fucking Garbrandt. I can say it all day. Dillashaw, fine. But you give me fucking Kovacevic, Blachowicz, and any other Russian name ever, or Polish or whatever else, and I'm fuckspill. That's why I was like, how do you say that shit? Because I had no idea.
So UFC Gdansk this weekend, me and Eddie spoke about, and Darren Till put in a tremendous performance with the first round TKO of Cowboy Donald Cerrone. Guy looks like a warrior. I saw on his Snapchat that he's been drinking just now, and that's pre him going on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani. And
I heard. Did you ever get him on though? Because on Twitter, all I saw was because I don't watch the show. I don't have the patience to hear that guy talk. But I will look at I'll read something like not a transcript, but someone will write an article about what he said, right? Inevitably, so I'll read that. But I kept seeing on Twitter like, you can't get Darren Till on the phone. Like, he's not. Did he ever go on?
Yeah, he went on. He was just drinking. Like, he was busy, shit, bro. Like, that's
priorities, motherfucker. I'm celebrating. I just got the biggest knockout of my life.
It's so British to be like, right, I'm going to have the airtime of the biggest show in my field, and you're going to have to give me a minute. I've got a beer that he's finishing off.
I don't do party fouls, sir. I finished my beer.
But yeah, so he turned around and he was saying about how one thing that amazed me, and it kind of didn't surprise me in a way, considering the size he was when he fought against Cowboy. But he said that when he got back up to kind of walk around ish weight when he fought Cowboy, he was up to 198 pounds.
Fuck, and for sure, Cowboy was like
180,
$180, $185, maybe. That's a lot. That honestly, $185 would be a lot for him. I think he was probably like $180.
Oh yeah, easy. I think it was definitely 80. I'd put nails on 80. Mm-hmm. But goddamn, Darren Till is a light heavyweight fighting at fucking welterweight.
Okay.
Pardon me. Yeah, and just the thing is though is what is like you mentioned when we were on the Crossbones. You mentioned that he's still growing. He's 24. He could still obviously, build a little bit bigger. He could end up turning around and being on. He could end up being a middleweight. Very strong middleweight at that. And imagine him not having to do that much of a weight cut and growing into that size of being 185.
I think he's gonna try and do that whole get into a title shot at least at 170 and then moving up. But I don't see how. I don't know. I don't see how he makes 170. Like, he's a big motherfucker. By the way, I thought it was a tad ridiculous. I thought it was very ridiculous that the dude wins a fight and all of a sudden all these roid accusations are getting thrown out there. Like, he must be on steroids because he beat Cowboy. What? Did you not see the size of this guy?
Huge.
Yeah. So he's huge. So his friends is Ngannou. I don't give a fuck. If he can make 205, he let him fight at 205 and no one will see shit. I mean, they would, but still.
Yo, they wouldn't say it to his face.
Hell no. But
the thing is, though, is Darren Till put on an amazing performance. I kind of saw it coming, especially after seeing the face-off. Cowboy didn't look as interested, and I know it's hard to get motivated when you're not fighting a big name, but Darren Till came with the thunder and lit him up. So hopefully we see Darren Till. I hope he doesn't end up fighting Mike Perry because I think he starches him. I think he has better technique than Perry, and I think he hits way harder than Alan Jouban. and Joe Ban was tagging him up. So
Well, I almost choked. Fucking, I don't know, dude. Fucking, so the call out was weird, right? Like, was it
he was
weird?
there.
Or had he done it before?
No, it was just because I think they were supposed to fight, and then like scheduling's never met up right. So then, obviously, when he's got Perry stood across from him, facing him. But can we just briefly? Can we just take into account how brilliant was it that Dan Hardy had the whereabouts to go? Hey, I better put a microphone between these two whilst they're fucking face to face at the cage. I'm just saying, a lot of guys, they just let them run over to and start talking shit. They don't think, jab a mic in there, let's get that fucking audio. So
Yeah,
credit to
yeah. And
Dan.
dude, I was not mad at that at all. Because I went on Twitter and I said, like, wow, that was all I said was it didn't take very much to get Mike Perry to act like a child, basically. That was kind of childish. That I didn't say that was bad or
No,
bad
it's
for the
not okay.
UFC. That wasn't bad at all. I just thought it was funny. I was laughing when he did that. I'm like, oh wow, it's so easy to bait this guy. All right, cool. Like they should definitely use this shit, and the UFC's gonna use that. Please believe. Should Mike Perry, especially if he starts his Ponzinibbio, but should he win that fight against Ponzinibbio, he should. But he should. They're probably gonna make this fight for the fact that it's gonna have some hype behind it, and it'll be so easy to promote.
And Darren, I'll say this: Darren Till will get into the head of Mike Perry, and he will fucking starch him.
I think he's already in there. I really think he's already in there.
Oh, I know he's in there. He's cloning his way in there, but I think he's going to be balls deep by the time he's done. No homo. Like I think he's going to be legit so far into him that I think that Mike Perry is going to be one of those guys that he's not going to be able to contain himself at the weigh-ins, the face-offs, and I think Darren Till is going to be like, I do this every weekend. I do this every weekend when I go out for a drink and I say something sideways to somebody and somebody wants to start because one thing that I don't think a lot of Americans take into account is Americans dog on each other. You know what I mean? Like they have that kind of like back and forth and stuff like that. But like with Brits, like it's second nature. You rinse each other to the death. You even your closest friends, you say the foulest shit to. But it's just every day. And if a friend can say that and you don't get offended, how's some random who you're going to get a chance to smack in the face going to like get into your head? Whereas Americans, I think once you start being a little bit disrespectful, that's when the ego of an American comes in. And I think that's when a lot of times we see that for some reason they get so wound up by anybody from this side of the pond.
Probably a lot of history, stuff like that. Like, and subconsciously, mind you, no one ever sits there and goes, Mike Perry's not saying, I'm gonna fuck this guy up for the American Revolution. Fuck this guy,
Exactly.
like that. Or, you know
But he
what I
can't
mean?
even
Like,
spell American Revolution. I'm just throwing it out
oh,
there.
he probably can't, but still, like, regardless, like, no one even thinks like that. It's all kind of like ingrained a little bit, right? There's a lot of, a lot of us versus them over here. It really is. Whether it's between like the 49ers and the fucking, the Raiders, or the US and UK and whatever the fuck. It's seriously super like us against you type of deal, and it's almost subconscious at this point. It's like it's in everybody. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to like break that for certain people. Me, because I'm from another country, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't have a team. I'm cool. Phoenix Suns, Arizona Cardinals, fucking Mexico in the World Cup, Nick and Nate Diaz, and that's kind of it. Like that's all I got right there. Like that's where my allegiances go as far as sports go. You know what I mean? So
God damn. With that thing when you were talking about kind of the mental state of people and how they kind of say certain things, I want to kind of bring up what Rose Namajunas said on the MMA Hour when she was talking about how Joanna had said that she thinks that Rose is mentally unstable. And Rose said, maybe I am. Now,
beautifully played.
the thing is she did turn around and say, I think in MMA more people should talk about mental illness and their mental welfare because she gets annoyed when people turn around and say, and I'm paraphrasing here, I'm not going to be able to give you the direct quote, but she said words to the effect of, I hate when fans ask me, are you excited for a fight? It's like asking someone, are you excited to die? And I thought that was so dark.
Damn. Are you excited for a fight? It's like you're excited to die. Wow. Well said, mind you, but wow.
She's a deep chick, man. And I think to myself, like, if she's in the right position where she thinks, I'm going to go out there and do whatever I can, I'm going to do the best I can, because at the end of the day, I have nothing to lose.
That's a fucking trip, dude. That's Whew, I didn't even think about that. She has been through like a fucking journey in her life though, right? If you know her life
Yeah.
story, she has gone through some shit. So it's like, yeah, so that makes kind of sense, right? But at the same time, it's like mentally unstable. That'd be perfect for her to play up, by the way. Maybe I am is perfect answer to that. Since you
Yeah.
mentioned unstable, maybe I am. It's
I
possible. I
think,
cut my hair. I cut my hair like Britney fucking Spears.
yo, that was one of the most gangster things I think I've seen from a chick, period, in MMA.
I love
Because,
when they asked her about it though.
yeah,
She goes, "It got in my way." That's the best. Not I was going for a different look. Not I'm supporting someone with cancer. It got in my way. Woo!
because I remember when she did that for that Paige Van Zandt fight, and I just looked and I was like, wow. Because let's put it out there, Rose Namajunas is a very pretty girl. She's a
Yeah.
young chick. She's kind of like the other side, the kind of like parallel to what you would envision like a Paige Van Zandt. And when she shaved her hair and she was just like gets in my way, I was just like, ah, she's not like Paige Van Zandt, and this is going to end so horrible for PVZ. And it did.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking when she first cut her hair, I was kind of like, "Wow, that's the wrong move," because she looked really good, really pretty with their hair and everything, right?
Man, I'm saying like I'd roll with her still.
Oh no, 100%. I'm in. I'm in. All in. I'm all the way in. Balls deep. But at the same time, it's
Hashtag roll with her.
yeah, right. It was strange at first, and then it made total sense. Like it got my way. I'm like, shit, this chick is focused as fuck into what she's trying to do. She's never been this focused, mind you. I mean, if you I don't know if you ever watched any of they have these. I forgot who did these videos. Invicta, I think, did one. And they had where she did the flying armbar. I forgot who she beat. Like
Yeah.
that was fucking impressive as shit. But the flying armbar, that fight lasted no time. Okay. And then she comes to the back in tears, right? She's crying, and she tells Pat Barry, she goes, all of that for for like a 30-second fight or whatever the fuck it was. She goes, all that training, all that hard work for that. You know what I mean? And it was kind of like contemplating, like, man, I busted my ass for that. That's all it took. And it was kind of like she sounded like she was upset that she put in all that work and the fight only lasted, that long.
I think when
When
you're a
it,
fighter, it is going to take, it's going to break your heart a little bit because sometimes you want the war because you've earned the war.
oh, absolutely. But every coach will tell you, at least most will, that every fight is won in the practice room. Every fight is won on the mats and hours in the days and the weeks and the months before your fight. That's where you win it. So I remember Pat Barry in that same video telling her, like, that's what it is, though. You put in all this work, and that's the result, right? All the hard work is before the fight. The fight is just fun. It's just what you go do. Like, you either won or you lost, depending on what your preparation was like. And that's one of those things that I truly believe it. Like, if I go to a tournament and I perform awfully, I know it. In fact, I know it before I get there. I go, fuck, I didn't train enough. Right? Like for this training camp around the one I'm on right now, I'm so fucking laser focused, dude. I feel fucking great. I'm still over a month out, bruh. I'm over a month out hitting jits fucking as much as I can, training fucking hard in the weight room, everything, dude. I can't fucking wait till it's different second. But not about me, it's about Rose. But
And he's
that's
coming
just
for thunder, and he's coming for gold, son.
I'm coming to get it. I'm coming to get it. But as far as Rose goes, I mean, look, this is like it's a high level of focus from someone that's arguably facing one of the biggest mountains in MMA, and that is who we know is Joanna Champion. That probably, you know what? That's not even an argument. Probably, or I said it is an argument, but you could definitely argue, and the argument is strong, that she might be the most dominant female fighter or champion of all time. Would you agree? Yeah. There you go.
Hands down. I think Joanna is the most dominant champion because nobody's been able to do shit to her. Like she's so like, it's like what we talk about every certain person at a certain time. Like she's so far ahead for the people that are around, and some people might claim, oh, the people that are around, they're not that good. But it's like, yeah, they are. And if Joanna left 115, that belt would flip and flop. If you look at everybody who beats everybody in that like top 5, that kind of MMA math thing, the title would change hands every time it was defended.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, that was 135 though. 135 does that?
Yeah, exactly the same thing. But I'm just saying, if you look at everybody if you look at from say Claudia, and you look at who he lost to then, and then who that person lost to next, and you look at everybody. If Claudia had beat when she fought Joanna for the title, that title would have changed hands every time afterwards.
Absolutely. No, absolutely, you're right. Same thing happened with Ronda, obviously, right?
Exactly.
But and then that's just the. I mean, look, when Joanna finally loses, if she does, before she moves up to 125 or retires, the same thing's gonna happen because you're gonna have the evolution of the division, right? All the skills are up. Everyone's better at everything now. Amanda Nunes has the ground game and she got mad hands. Valentina Shevchenko got crazy hands and apparently a ground game, which she submitted on Juliana Pena, whose main weapon is ground, right? Same thing's gonna happen at 115 at some point. When? I think rather soon because I think Joanna will move on pretty soon to 125. As she should, honestly. Mostly because we want to see that freaking Shevchenko fight. That would be fucking nuts. That would be fucking nuts. And you know what? That fight's not, I'm hoping that fight does not even go to the ground. How crazy would we get a Muay Thai fight?
That's what it'll be. That's all it'll be.
That'd be so legit.
Speaking of like different martial arts and different combat sports, did you catch Michael Venom Page's pro debut in boxing?
I thought he was fucking around. The way he was moving, like throwing like punches and shit, I'm like, is he fucking with this guy? Like, is he that good that he's fucking with this guy? Or is he just clowning, hoping he doesn't get knocked out? I was impressed and at the same time weirded out. I was like, I don't know what I'm watching.
I was and I wasn't because I found out the guy's record was 2-11.
Okay, that took away a lot. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's like Heather Hardy losing to that 0-0 chick.
Yeah, 100%. See, the thing is, though, right, is Michael Venom Page is a legit striker, brilliant striker, kickboxing pedigree and this, that, and the other. It kind of felt like what do you guys call them? The Harlem Globetrotters. It was kind of like that. He was dancing around, doing that and the other. I did like the finish though with the step through switch cross, and then he's just looking over the ropes like he did. I'm just like,
he did. Yeah.
Okay.
So now you're telling me he's 2-11. I did not know that. So now that I know, that says a lot about the fact that guy was handpicked for MVP, right?
Oh, 100%, because it's owned by David Hay, the professional boxer.
Oh, really?
The promotion that he fought under is David Hayes.
Okay. Hey, I'm not mad at that. But David Hay ain't shit, but I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. He should be giving people like chances and stuff. But okay, so that was the handpick just to make MVP look good. Now Bellator's gonna be using that footage too, by the way, for his next fight. When are they gonna give him a legit fight where he's gonna be in trouble? Like, because the second he gets in there with a high level ground game guy, and I know we say this about a lot of people, but come the fuck on, all right?
I agree. The problem is now is after he was again on the MMA Hour, he spoke about he doesn't feel the need to fight Paul Daly now. He's below him. Hold on, it gets better. Believe me. He turned around and said that he wouldn't fight him because it's below him. The only way he'd fight him is if they both put up their paychecks.
Pay Paul Daly. Paul Daly, do it. Paul Daly, motherfucker. You won. I'm taking Paul Daly in that fight all day.
Me too. But the other interesting thing is who was a follow-on guest just 20, 30, 40 minutes after that? Scott Coker.
What do you say?
Let's do it. If they want to do it, let's do it. Put both the paychecks on the line. Let's go.
Coker's all about it.
After he was done with Ariel, he said he was going to be speaking to Daly immediately.
I'm calling Daly right now. I'll be like, hey, you want to put up your paycheck? Yeah. I'm Paul Daly. I'm like, tomorrow? Can we fight tomorrow? Because I can use a paycheck. Let's go. Like, I'm ready to get double paychecks.
Whoever gets the contract first is going to sign it and send it because they do not want to be the one who looks like they didn't sign it first.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those like between they gotta time it. All of a sudden that fax comes in from MVP, and then the fax right after for Daly. Like shit, who won? Like it's gonna be hilarious. Like
and if they both sign it at the same time, then they're both fucked.
Oh yeah, super fucked. But regardless, that do that shit, Scott Coker. Goddamn it, do that. You want me to give a fuck about watching that? I want to see MVP get laid out and then go home with no money, because you know what? Not that I have anything against the guy himself. I just want Bellator to fucking admit and recognize that he is not a superstar because they have not built him correctly. Huh?
If Daly gets beaten by Michael Venom Page, is he? Does this legitimize it? To a degree.
Paul Daly is a vet, man. That's Semtex right there. That guy's hit. He's punched the who's who in the division for the most part. Huh?
Knocked out Larkin, who was a top 5 prospect in the US.
And Larkin came in like, I'm about to own this bitch. I'm gonna put my balls on every one of y'all's foreheads and shit. And he, fuck. I watched that. I watched that because again, fucking Bellator, fucking 4-hour delay. What the fuck? Anyway, I don't know why they're still doing that, but I watched it fucking on YouTube, and the way he dropped him, I was like, oh, like Larkin. I think Larkin missed like. Lawrence missed like this. He like missed wild with a punch and then got dropped. Like, woo!
That Semtex left.
It's nasty, dude. What is it with left hands?
Because you don't see it.
That's true. Okay. No, but I mean, like everyone's got a mean left hand. But that's a good point. Yeah.
He's the lead hand because primarily with being a southpaw myself, it's one of those things that people. It's so awkward. A lot of people fight orthodox fighters and they always expect that big power from the right. So when you get that check left hook, or even if somebody fights in a southpaw stance, it makes you feel awkward. I'm lucky that I don't. One of the worst things in the world is when two southpaws fight against each other. That's the worst thing in the world. That's probably, I hate that more than anything.
Why?
Because it's awkward as fuck for both guys, because it's one of those, like, it's like a unicorn meeting a dinosaur. Like, you don't ever find two fucking southpaws in the same.
Okay, is it because southpaws are so used to fighting orthodox fighters? Then they face one of their own. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah, because you don't know what to do. Well, you do know what to do, but you don't know what to do because your preset mindset is always step onto the outside and then hit. Do you know what I mean? It's always about getting that step foot across. But when you're fighting somebody who's done the same, it's not.
What's about getting your foot outside their lead foot, right? Getting your lead foot outside theirs and then landing. And yeah, dude, they fight against their own. Yeah, it'd be a mind fuck to fight if you were left hand out. Because I'm orthodox, so anybody, I don't give a fuck. But lefties always give me issues in training.
Because it's awkward for an orthodox fight to start with. So when you think about like them fighting against a southpaw who's fought against them for his entire life, it's going to be weird as hell when you meet somebody who it's like seeing, like I say, a unicorn fighting a fucking dinosaur. They're like, what the fuck are you? Like, I've never had to deal with you. But again, I think the left hand thing is a very underutilized tool in a lot of people's arsenal. You see a lot of people, and you know what? Surprisingly, it's a lot of Brits that use the left hand. I've noticed, like Bisbino uses that left hand. Dan Hardy used to do that lead check left hook.
Bisping's an orthodox fighter, right?
But I'm just saying though, like the left hand thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I got you. Okay. I think about the lefties, dude. I mean, okay, Connor and Darren Till. Darren Till's not. He's orthodox, isn't it?
No, he was southpaw as well, I believe.
Oh, fucking baller ass fucking left hand. Who else is a lefty that's like high, like a big name? Shit.
They're the main ones, even from that perspective.
Yeah, I don't know any Americans that are lefties. Like, I think Nate. Is it Nate lefty?
Nate's a lefty. I'm sure he is.
Yeah. So Nate's a lefty. Nick's not.
Because he was fighting against Connor, and they were when Nate fought Connor, they were in the same stance.
Right. So, and Nate, actually, I've seen Nate fight both stances, but he always prefers lefty. Like he leans on that lead leg heavy, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, fuck it, whatever. The lefty shit weirds me out, but the striking game is evolving even more. You think after hundreds and thousands of years or whatever it's been, where striking has been developing back to the fucking days and the Neanderthals or whatever the fuck else. It's not like they were going like, all right, back in those days, in the caveman days, like I'm gonna take this motherfucker down, choke him out, take his bitch. No, it was I'm gonna knock him the fuck out with this giant goddamn rock in my hand, and then I'm gonna take his chick and his cave and his food, and I'm gonna punch his kid in the face and I'm gonna walk out. You know, so striking's been like, you know, developing forever. But it's crazy to see how like the new shit people bring in. Right? What was the biggest talk about Darren Till? Oh, he looks like Connor. A little bit. But I'm not denying that.
The uppercut did. That slip uppercut did.
The uppercut and the way he pulls his arm out, I thought was very Connor-ish. But other than that, I mean, the stance was every little once in a while. The stance looked like it was Connor's stance of sorts. But other than that, he looked like a different guy. So it's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. I don't know.
I think a lot of guys just want to, like we've said before, everybody wants to put everybody in a bracket. So it's easy to say somebody is something when somebody's a big name, you go, oh, he kind of fights like it. And it raises the stock as well, doesn't it? Let's be honest. But what was the other thing? Oh yeah, by the way, is anybody remotely even bothered about this GSP Bisping fight yet? Because apparently the numbers aren't doing too well. And I saw GSP apparently said, you know, he's going to beat him by TKO or submission. He's apparently walking around at 100 and I think he said 198, 195 pounds, and he hopes to be back up to that when he rehydrates after getting down to 185 to fight Bisping after the weigh-ins. And I'm just thinking to myself, if I'm GSP, maybe I try and go for like 180. Do you know what I mean? Like get as low as I can.
For speed?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. You don't want to. I don't think I don't know. Okay, let's say you're lighter. That means your game plan is going to be you staying on the feet because you're not trying to get under Bisping.
But the thing is, though, is with that same thing said, right, how can I put this? Bisping's going to be about 205 pounds when he rehydrates.
Right.
So when he rehydrates, he's going to be a big bloke. So you're going to struggle to get him down at the best of times. But you do have the speed advantage in context. We don't know how his body's developed whilst he's been away, but he's going to technically be faster than Bisping, one would think.
He should be quicker to begin with. And
speed and technique still beats size.
And granted. That being said, how good is Bisping on the feet as compared to GSP, in my opinion? Or even on the ground? He's been developing GSP. I'm sure GSP was training on the off time, but not training for a fight. You know what I mean? I think Bisping's been training. So let's assume they're in the same, that their skill levels are more similar than we think they are. Okay? That size is an advantage for Bisping at that point. Plus, forever cardio, by the way.
Oh, 100%. For the people who are watching right now, I want you to put into the chat right now, one, who do you think is going to be better at the stand-up? And two, who's going to be better as far as defending in grappling situations? If you can hit us up in the comments, let me know what you think. Because, I don't know, I'm just thinking to myself, like, if I'm GSP, I'm going to have a hard time getting him down. And with putting on that mass, you know, after weighing in, I kind of wonder if GSP is going to be too slow and too big. Do you know what I mean? Like is he going to be bulky and clunky as opposed to being a little bit lighter and then having a little bit of a speed explosive advantage as opposed to just putting back on all this mass and then trying to, you know, muscling him down?
Right. And it's we'll know GSP's approach pretty fucking early on. You know what I mean? Is he gonna try and move away? Like my theory is this: I think he's gonna go in there and try to like hit and not be hit while having to be hit. If that makes sense, he's gonna have to get in there and land some shit and then get the fuck out of dodge where he gets smacked up. I mean, other than that, I mean, what is he gonna do? Just try and play Bisping's game? Like if you try to play Bisping's game, you're gonna get, you know, decked out and you're gonna be gassed by the fourth round.
But we know what jab double leg, jab double leg, jab double leg, jab double leg.
How are you gonna jab double leg when you're way shorter and smaller than the guy you're fighting?
Because you're GSP and that you've been fighting against guys who are always taller than you.
That's very true. That's a good point. Yeah. I just think Bisping's a different animal when it comes to that, especially now.
Oh, I agree. But my thing is though, is right. You know, when shit hits the fan, what do? You go back to what you know.
Yeah. Your best, which would for him will be that jab double leg. Yeah. Not to mention that this. I mean, and it's funny because we were drilling it this morning in jiu-jitsu class. It was GSP. I mean, I want to see what GSP will do if Bisping's able to sprawl on him, like a big, probably 200 and some fucking pound or Bisping on top of you when you're shooting on him, and you get sprawled on. Like, what are you gonna do? You can try arm drag your way out of that. You can try and hip out of that. Whatever you got to do, but it's very difficult to get out of that sprawl position and come out shiny. You know what I mean? Like most of the time, if you don't play a sprawl right, you end up on your back and in a bad spot against a guy way bigger than you. So now that I think about it, do you believe GSP might try to win this fight off his back?
Good luck.
Think about it. Like if he gets under, Bisping's on top trying to ground and pound. He gets overzealous. There's an arm. There's a triangle. There's something.
But Bisping didn't do that when he fought against Anderson Silva. He was very methodical in the way that he used his ground and pound when he knocked down Anderson Silva in the first and second round.
Right, he's gonna need to. He's gonna need to. Okay, well, we could talk about the actual fight fucking forever and figure out different ways. But let me ask you this: why do you think there's little? I'm not gonna say no interest because you and I are gonna watch. All the hardcores are gonna watch. Why do you think there's not much interest when it comes to everybody else, the casuals, the Bud Light fans, whatever you want to call them?
Because nobody gives a fuck about GSP.
Exactly. This is what Dana White.
The worst thing about GSP is this: is at the end of the day, he was great for the time period because nobody could beat him for the style that he had. And at the time, hardcore fans were predominantly martial arts fans, so we kind of appreciated what he could do. Now, he's a Lamprey guy, and that's something that the sport's evolved. And now we're going, well, you can Lamprey, but we don't want that. We want you to take them down, granted, but we want you to work for position. We want you to work for submission. We want you to work for ground and pound. We don't want you just to lay there. The sports and fans know that these athletes are capable of so much more now. And, for the passive fan, the part-time fan, casual, whatever you want to call them, when they turn around and they go, GSP, ooh, let me look up this guy, and they look up his last 4 fights, he arguably lost 2 of them, and he didn't look great in all of them. He didn't look, like dangerous. Okay,
yeah. I mean, look, how many, and this is a good point. Remember his fights before Matt Serra, before he lost to Matt Serra? He was very, get in there, fucking throw like a fucking crazy person, right?
Rush.
He was rushed. That was rush. After Matt Serra, it was please don't beat me. I'm just gonna do it. I'm trying not to lose. You know what I mean? Almost every fight after that. I mean, look, you know what I had to say is that sometimes the winner of the fight is the one that has more wear and tear on their face. That's been true so many times, but it's been true multiple times with GSP. The Nick Diaz fight, the Johnny Hendricks fight, the Carlos Condit fight. Pretty much the last 4 or 5 of his fights in the UFC. He came out looking like if you looked at the picture of him and his opponent, you'd be like, right, GSP lost. Oh, no, he won. What? Wait, what? The fuck are you talking about? This guy's face is fucked up. You telling me he won? Yeah, he won. He won by points. Oh, god damn it. You know what I mean?
Especially the Johnny Hendricks one, because the Johnny Hendricks one, dude, he was taking GSP down, he was knocking him around, and it was lenient. I'd say it was like 60-40 on Johnny Hendricks as far as the actual things, as far as strike for strike, take for down for takedown, top position for top position, clinch for clinch, all that kind of stuff. But then when you put in damage into the fray, that wins it for Johnny Hendricks outright.
Yeah, so. I felt bad for Johnny. I thought he got, when they announced that, I don't say robbery very often. I don't say it very often at all. That was one. I was like, ooh, even the Diaz fight, everyone was like, oh, 125 or whatever. Everyone jokes around. Diaz 125 or 135, whatever it was. I think it was 135. And I'll say it for fucking fun. I don't care. Even after that fight, I was like, yeah, GSP won. I mean, if we talk about judging and what counts and all that, yeah, GSP won that fight. But that Johnny Hendricks fight, I was like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. I don't like Johnny Hendricks. I'm not a Johnny Hendricks fan. But this is some fuckery. What is going on? So even that last fight, the very last fight, yeah, that was fucked up. So Now he comes back thinking a bigger guy. So
I just
real
don't
quick,
like his.
what?
I just don't like his chances. That's all.
Yeah, no, I hear you. What do you think of Gegard, dude? Did you watch that fight? I ended up catching it today on YouTube,
I
and I was
haven't
like,
been able to watch it because I've been trying to catch up
bruh.
on EBI. So how badly did he get beaten? Because I've heard that Coker said that he's not going to be able to fight for 8 months to a year.
Well, Gegard's eye was falling out of his head, so that's one. But I thought he lost that fight. I thought he lost that fight handedly. I mean, not handedly, but I thought he lost that fight. Mind you, got to give credit to him. I think I read on Twitter that he said on today's show on the hour show that he said something like, y'all can suck my dick and it's long one, so get in line. I was like, get him, Gegard. Right? Hey,
Gegard with the powerful fucking Bulgarian penis.
Can't get mad at that, motherfucker. Do your thing, dog. Like I ain't mad. I ain't mad at you telling people to blow you. Yeah, fuck them. But you need to watch that fight because I did not at all think he won that. And also the EBI, dude. How far are you? Have you even started?
I've just got halfway in because it's 5 hours long. I thought it was going to be about 4 hours.
No, it's a long one.
And I was like, God damn. So I can take it that a lot went to overtime from what I've seen.
Every Wagner Rocha fight went to overtime. Everything except for the last one. I'm not gonna ruin it. Do you know who won?
I don't know who won, so I'm gonna guess Gary Tonin because I'm gonna. Guess
I don't want to. Well, do you want me to tell you? Because I can tell you.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna watch it either way.
Gary Tonin submitted every fucking body, including Wagner Rocha in the final. All right. And Wagner, and I talked to my professor about it this morning, and he was telling me like I don't like Rocha at all. And I'm like, what? Because he's an asshole. He's like, no, that's fine. It's because he wasn't fighting to submit at all. He was fighting to win by as closest points as you can get, which is basically overtime. Like and when he said that, I thought back to the fights. I watched a couple. I was at work, and I was like, holy shit, he's right. Wagner was looking for position, and that's it. You know what I mean? And then in the overtime, he was just looking to hold. He was just looking for escape time. So it's I don't know. I don't like Wagner Rocha. Other than that, the Danny Prokop, whatever the fuck that dude's last name, it's a Greek name, Prokopos, something like that. That was like a combat jiu-jitsu super fight. That was legit as fuck. That dude could hit like a motherfucker. All the combat jiu-jitsu fights pretty fun. Richie Martinez taking it. Fuck yeah, boy. That's right, my boy Richie. Boogeyman, what's good? I was so pumped. I can't wait till he comes back. I went to a seminar last time he was here. The fucking fun ass seminar doing omoplatas. If you never seen Richie Martinez in person, him cutting at 170 is a big fucking deal. He's a big boy. Like cutting at 185 is perfect for him.
They're doing a combat purely combat jiu-jitsu tournament, aren't they, as well?
Yeah. November fucking 12, motherfuckers. All right. I'm gonna actually try and go. It's in Los Angeles. I'm gonna try and go. Probably not gonna happen. I got too much shit going on. But I'm definitely gonna watch it. It's
November 12.
November 12. Yeah, that's combat jiu-jitsu.
I was just thinking, if you don't end up going, we'll do a fight companion for it.
Sure. Yeah. I'll let you know. So I'll know pretty soon. So I'll let you know. But yeah, dude, combat jiu-jitsu is the fucking shit. Here's one of those things. I did not do play-by-play on this one at all. I honestly, to be honest with you, because I didn't want to. I wanted to just enjoy what I was watching, and I loved every second of it. Fucking EBI has it on point. Keep it up. Gary Tonin was legit. This is kid out of 10th plan. Is purple belt. Forgot his like Chris. He's like a KR something or other last name. Keith something. Bad motherfucker for a purple belt. Bad motherfucker. On late notice, he was an alternate. Somebody couldn't make it. He jumped in.
Was that the guy who got caught in the armbar in the last moment of overtime? In the third overtime, and I was going to get cranked behind his head.
Bro, I was grabbing onto my couch like, fuck that, dude. What the hell? Like, I don't want to see his arm break. I thought it was going to break, and he gets out. He's like, what's up, bitches? And I'm like, oh, shit.
Because he flipped. I remember he flipped around, and then he ended up with his arm behind his back like chicken with like a hammer. And I was like, well, he's definitely going to tap now. And then he fucking rolls through it and pulls his arm out. I'm like,
dude. I was like, yeah, that's a demon. I was like, oh my God. Like, I thought he fucked. I was like, this guy for sure dislocated that shit, popped it out during the fight, and then popped it back in. Fuck it. I don't know if that's what he did. I'd probably not. But regardless, bad motherfucker. So if you haven't watched EBI yet, definitely watch that replay because goddamn. And again, my boy Richard Martinez taking on fuck, I forget this fellow's last name or name in the fucking final, but definitely worth watching. That was legit as fuck. And then you got to watch the wrestling pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, it was kind of fun. There was a few matches that was a little bit, but the only problem with pay-per-view is that usually with TLC, which table ladders and chairs for people that don't watch WWE, usually they have like a tables match, a ladders match, and then they have a tables, ladders, and chair match with like different people. They only had a tables, ladders, and chairs match with the Shield. Well, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Kurt Angle, who returned.
People can put because that was during EBI, so I was already like whatever. But I was on Twitter at the same time talking to people, shooting the shit, and there was people talking about Kurt Angle in the Shield outfit looking like awkward as fuck.
Yeah,
I saw the picture and I was like, "Wow, you look like Hulk Hogan when he was at NWO."
It was kind of one of those things where it was kind of, I think there was kind of trolling because a lot of people had already photoshopped it prior, and people had joked about it. So I think they just went, shall we just do it? You know, like to kind of break kayfabe, just to kind of like point at the world and go, ah, you know what I mean? So I think that's why they did it. It was kind of weird, but it was kind of funny, and you know, it was entertaining. I didn't expect much from Kurt, but he did well to say it was first time back in WWE. He'd been wrestling prior to that in different companies, so.
There you go. Fucking powerful Kurt Angle, still fucking wrestling. What was the other thing I want to talk about? I know we got like a few minutes left. What was the pay-per-view this weekend real quick? I know we're probably going to talk about it in sometime this week, but it's not a pay-per-view. This weekend's not a pay-per-view, right? It's just a fight night?
This one's a fight night. This is the Lyoto Machida return.
Right. Okay. What are we going to see from Lyoto Machida? Here's the thing. When he first came to the UFC, or when I first started watching him fight in the UFC, it was like I was annoyed by him, right? Because he was running away a lot. And then I kind of liked this. Then I kind of enjoyed the style. He was like in and out. He'd be in, flurry, run away. And people were like, "Won't you stand and bang, bro?" And I'm like, "Do you not see the genius in this motherfucker? In there, flurries your face off and gets out before you can hit him back." And then John Jones gets him in a standing guillotine and drops him. And I'm like, God damn, dirty. But what do you think about Machida? What do you think we see?
I think Lyoto Machida gets knocked out.
You think so? I mean, how old is he? He's pretty old now. He's like late 30s. He's
old,
right?
and bear in mind he's had a long time off with that USADA ban.
2 years, man. I think 2 years.
Yeah, I think it's been 2 years technically, but it'll probably be like 18 months or something like that. But yeah, it's been a long time.
Oh, really? Only 18 months? No, way more than that.
Really? I thought it was one of those things where it's like, I just think that it's one of those ones where he's been gone for 2 years. So it might have been like 2015, but it could have been like, December of 2018.
Okay, so Lyoto Machida is coming. First of all, he's riding a 2-fight losing streak. Hasn't fought since June 2015. So we're well beyond 2 years. Fucking
hell. He's going to get chinned. Brunson's going to come through, steamroll him, and he's not going to have his timing down. He's going to get fucking lit up.
That was that elbow that Yoel Romero knocked him out with. You remember that? It's a nasty elbow. So and then before that, Luke Rockhold choked him out. He hasn't had a win since 2014. So at 39 years old, homeboy needs a win badly.
Legit. I personally think that Lyoto Machida gets bum rushed, and I think he ends up getting sparkled, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, well, Brunson's coming off this knockout, that first round knockout of Daniel Kelly, who isn't a world beater. But before that, he lost the decision to Anderson Silva, and he got TKO'd by Robert Whitaker. So he's been fighting high-level guys, all while Lyoto Machida's been sitting back, chilling the fuck out. So, and
arguably Brunson won that fight against Anderson Silva.
I thought he won that fight. I don't know.
I did too. I just see why, you know what I mean? Like, it happened, so whatever. The other fight that you've got Damian Maia making his return against Colby Covington, who I just don't like.
This dude, man, like I get what you look, dog. I get what you're trying to do. I get you're trying to be the bad guy. That's where the money is. If you're that kind of guy, Covington.
It's Colby.
Colby. What kind of fucking name is Colby? What does that mean?
Colby. I have no idea.
All right, fuck it. Anyway, it's like fucking people that came up with Skylar and shit like that. Anyway, I'm fucking around, but I'm just joking. I don't dislike anyone's name. I don't care. But Colby, he's trying to play that bad guy role. Like, come watch me get knocked out. You want to come watch me get knocked out? Come watch me get finished. Come watch me get beat up. So he's trying to play it right that way. It's just irritating right now. It's like, it's annoying. Like, now I see any of his tweets, I don't even read them. Like, if I see, oh, did you see what Colby Covington said, or the TMZ MMA, fucking clickbait.com, MMA fighting, they're fucking throwing that shit out like crazy. You see what Colby said about this guy? Don't give a shit. I'm at the point where I don't care.
I just want him to get choked out. Damian might choke him out.
Do you see anything different happening? Because I don't.
No, I don't. I just, the kid's good, the young guy's good, but I just think to myself, like, Damian Maia drags him down and he fucking rattlesnakes him and fucking finishes him. The only reason I'm going to watch this entire fight, this entire show, whatever fight night pay-per-view you want to call it, is John Lineker versus Marlon Vera.
Yeah, Marlon Vera, super underrated. Don't sleep on Marlon Vera. That being said, John Lineker, hands a fucking stone for a reason.
Bang, 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 bang. This is the Just Bleed fight. This is the Just Bleed.
Yeah. Dude, that's it. From now on, every time we break down a card, we're gonna have a Just Bleed fight. Hey, go take a pic. No, we're gonna have. These are categories. I'm fucking whatever. Fourth wall can go to hell. We're gonna have a Just Bleed fight. We're gonna have, which is gonna be like the banger of the night. We're gonna have a go take a piss / beer break fight, which is the one that's like, don't expect shit from this one. Okay, and we'll come up with some other category.
We're going with the backpack fight for the grappling ones, a backpack fight.
Oh, yeah. Most likely to end up in some kind of crazy ground exchange. Okay, yeah. Those are 3. All right, we might come up with more. Who knows? But just remember those 3 because I'm going to forget them for sure. But definitely remember those 3, and we're going to have that for whenever we do our breakdown show.
With that thing said, guys, we're going to leave it at that. It's been an emotional weekend. We're going to be coming back tomorrow, more than likely, because we potentially have a special guest, which I'm not going to unveil to you. But obviously Eddie will know. So you went Scooby-Doo on me then, motherfucker.
Yes, sir. Shogi.
That same thing said, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors as always. Receptra coming through with the 1-2 with the CBD oils and tropicals to keep us all healthy, with Eddie getting ready to take gold. Multiple golds, and me just trying to live, like me just trying to not die every day. So yeah, shout out to you guys for doing what the amazing things that you do for everybody with CBD oils and topicals. You can get yours at receptraglobal.com if you are in the United Kingdom and Europe, and you can also get yours from the United States if you go to receptranaturals.com. That's RECEPTRA naturals.com or RECEPTRA global.com. And use the code word, the heel hug. Get yourself 10% off. Take care of your body, your mind, maybe a little bit of your soul too. But make sure you check out Receptra and hook yourself up with some CBD products. Lastly, Bane, goddamn. Like, I feel so sorry for Lils, who does all our video editing. She's got the full, like, rash guard and spats and everything like that, and it's looking beautiful. And now she's having to invest into a gi because she's going to be going to nationals in the United Kingdom. So, shout out to her for, lacing up.
Super pumped. I know you guys don't get to talk to her. I do on DMs all the time, and, you do, obviously. And she's super excited. She just started training. I'm more excited for her competition than mine. Like, I'm just ready to go, but I can't wait to hear fucking how she does. Because if you guys don't know, like, she's super, like, she was nervous as shit when she started. She was asking you about it. She asked me about it. And I said, dude, just go have fun. And now she's competing. Like, what? You know how many white belts compete? None. You know how many times I've had to show up and move up or down a weight class? Almost every time. Okay. Because white belts don't like to compete. The fact that Lil wants to compete, hell yeah. I want to see video, but if not, I just want to hear I went.
Damn Skippish is going to be, catching necks and cashing checks. I'm putting my name and stank on it. So yeah, shout out to they do all your rash guard, your spats, your hoodies, your tees, your tank tops, all that beautiful jiu-jitsu-esque inspired stuff. So check out the artwork as well. If you're into your artwork, they do some beautiful jiu-jitsu artwork. You can check them out at bainstore.com. That's BAIN store.com, and use the code word the heel hook for 10% off. Where can they fucking find you, Eddie?
All right, so I gotta tell you guys right now, I'm breaking some news here.
Oh shit.
Craftsman's MMA is no more. It has
Dun,
been
dun,
changed. It
dun.
has reborn. It's like born again Christian, but better. No, I'm just kidding. We are now Keyboard MMA. Yeah, we are Keyboard Warriors MMA. That's our name. That's the website. All right. So where can you find the podcast and everything? KeyboardWarriorsMMA.com. That's a new spot for all
Let's
of
go.
our podcasts. All right. No longer Crossman's MMA. It is now Keyboard Warriors MMA, and we do our fucking thing, motherfuckers. So make sure you go on there. You can find me at Elaw31 on Twitter, Elaw7 on Instagram, Elaw52 on Snapchat. All the podcasts again, keyboardwarriorsmma.com. It's gonna take me a while to get used to that. And shout out to Represent. Shout out to Represent. Make sure you hit up repthewarriors.com. That's right. New URL for that as well. Repthewarriors.com. Get yourself some good shit. Help us out at the same time. Appreciate it, motherfuckers. One love.
Make sure that you check out the Heel Hook Show on iTunes, on SoundCloud. You just need to search the Heel Hook, same triangle logo, all love. Make sure that you catch us on the Heel Hook Show on Twitter. And you can also find me at Ashley Lamprey on Twitter. That's ASHLEYLAMPREY. And you can also find me on Snapchat at Just Ash Official. So from me and Eddie, we love you guys. It's been emotional. Peace out.
Hey.
A-Town down.
And from me, you might hate us, but you still watching us, bitch.
We're out.